I'm Tyler Kidd. I'm from the Laurentian Learning Centre. It's a small alternative school in North Bay, Ontario. The Laurentian Learning Centre is an alternative learning environment for students that don't generally fit into a regular school day or setup or a standard education. So students come to us for a variety of reasons.
My name's Audrey Morin. I work at the Business Centre Nipissing Parry Sound. We brought the Laurentian Learning students down to Toronto to discover Mars and the Centre of Social Innovation. We were able to do this trip because we were partially funded by the province of Ontario.
Here we are! Well, first of all, welcome to Toronto, and more particularly, welcome to Mars. My name is Ryan. I'm an instructional designer and facilitator here, and my job at Mars is basically to do stuff like this, is to be able to convince people like yourselves that career in entrepreneurship is not only possible, it's actually increasingly becoming more and more necessary. So my job today is actually twofold. Number one, I'm going to give you a tour of all of the supports available for you if you do end up in the world of entrepreneurship. So we're going to take a look at what we might call the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Secondly, I want you to be paying attention to things that exist in these spaces that you might want to include at school. So here's an interesting question. What if school was an innovation space? This is like a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory like moment.
Oh, that's so cool.
We just saw what we would call a co-working space. So what did you guys notice about just the way that physical space was set up?
Yeah. It was way more laid back than expected. I don't know, it kind of felt like everyone had an apartment together and everyone was just working together. It was just spots with a kitchen.
So cool space, but also a lot of education and cool people that live in that space as well. We've now seen a co-working space, and we know that a co-working space like the Commons is all about, like, let's get a whole bunch of different people together and give them not only the space, but also the mentorship to be able to exchange ideas and work in a really collaborative, free-flowing way. So Mars itself, as a whole organization, is very much based on that idea.
Studio Y is a fellowship, and what that means is that we come here in this space for 8 months full-time. We get paid like a stipend, so the program is really inclusive in that sense, that we have money to cover our living expenses while we're here in Toronto. And the focus of the fellowship is to get young people aged 18 to 29 to come together and develop their 21st century skills in order to make a bigger impact in the type of work that they want to do.
Welcome to CSI, guys. This is a different type of experience, a different type of setup than Mars, but same overarching goal. So this is the Centre for Social Innovation. So it has a very similar overarching mandate as Mars, and that is to be able to give people the space and the mentorship to be able to get really interesting ideas off the ground. Don't tell my boss. What is empathy? Before I tell you why it's called the empathy toy. Yeah, what do you think?
It's when you feel for somebody.
Yeah, you feel for someone and you really understand what that's like, right? And empathy is not just something that's just emotional. It's like it involves having a conversation. Like I get to know you by having a conversation with you and learning about you. And like that's a big part of coming to understand each other. When you play the game, you end up having that understanding.
It's on the other side of the gear, so the other side of the table is got the gear.
In between 1 dot and 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, on the right side?
Yeah, put it on the right side, but face the arrowhead towards yourself.
Yes.
God, this is hard.
Okay, let's go back.
Yours isn't even.
Oh my God. Okay, so I'm done talking to you for the day. Have fun.
Just take off your blindfold.
Yeah, that did not go, no.
Oh my God.
No.
All right, you guys are officially part of 21
So
Choice now.
emotional.
So today we have a really important goal. We want to be able to take all the things that we learned about yesterday, about the different spaces and the different supports for innovation and entrepreneurship, and we're going to ask this question, like, what would that look like in school?
Get like a co-op game of the Connect Sports, and then you got, you know, 2 people challenging each other.
Yeah.
And then you switch, but there's 4 booths, so you can have, you know.
So like co-op games, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to have fun. And I'm like, seriously?
There could be calming rooms, puppy rooms, a whiteboard room, brainstorming rooms. I think that'd be pretty cool. Students marking each other's work, so we get taught how the system actually works.
Just think about this, okay? Counseling and student mediators. Walk the dog day. You can, like, since we have dogs in the area of the school, we can just go 1 day a week or 1 day every 2 weeks or whatever, and just like go around and ask people if they want their dog walked.
Okay, I was thinking like maybe a peace garden, like flowers and vegetables, and you just go out there, you can relax and get a load off. That'd be really nice.
For sure.
I think that in a school like ours, we have a lot of different kids going through different sort of things. Yeah, a lot of anxiety I find is at our school. So I think that, you know, dog therapy would be really therapeutic.
So you can sort of combine some of those things. You said the puppy room as sort of a way, like, so you one of your ideas was to try to reduce student drama too. Yeah. It's hard to fight when there's a puppy in the room, right? Yeah. So imagine that, like, I'm walking dogs, making a little bit of extra money in the community. We can raise that to maybe buy some comfortable furniture, right? To make spaces feel more sort of like mine. Plus I reduce student drama by having puppies in the school.
Yeah, and cute animals around you.
You take your theater, whatever room that's not as used, you build 4 booths with Xbox Connects, so with big projector screens, so basically, you know, it gets you, like, if someone's there you don't know and you want to play with them, then you get to meet this new person by doing that.
You know the feeling when you get put into a group of people you don't know and you're told, okay, do this assignment with them. Well, before you do that, you get comfortable by going and playing a game of Connect with your group first and find like a common ground there.
I was thinking maybe even the back wall, we could make it into a graffiti wall.
You guys have been an absolutely remarkable group of people. Like, it's been a delight to be able to work with you guys the last 2 days. And you come up with a whole bunch of really amazing ideas. What can you do to test them? And what can you do to modify them when they don't work the first time? Or the second time or the third time? That resilience and that type of willingness to continue to iterate, that's what's going to lead to success for you guys when you're all entrepreneurs.